St. Petersburg, the most beautiful and famous city in Russia, one of the greatest cities in Europe and pretty much in the world, with glorious history. The city of white nights, green parks, numerous channels and bridges, granite embankments and monuments. Many famous Russian and foreign architects created the face of the city in the 18th and 19th centuries and made it extremely desirable for millions of tourists.
As we've already mentioned, the city on Neva River is extremely popular among tourists.
They basically remark such places as museums, cathedrals and parks, but since we are all locals, there is no sense to telling you about it.
Well, that's why we decided to shoot this video to represent some of the places, which are not famous, but still they deserve attention.
At the moment, we are in front of the first oceanarium in Russia. St. Petersburg Oceanarium is a kind of underwater museum with like exhibits which are the inhabitants of aquatic environment. It is located in Planet Neptune Trading and Entertainment Complex at 86 Mart Street. The total area of the oceanarium is 5,000 square meters. There are 57 aquariums with a capacity of 10 to 750 liters. The unique living exposition of the oceanarium demonstrates beauty and sophistication of the underwater world. The collection contains more than 2,000 specimens of freshwater and marine fish, aquatic invertebrates, and 200 species of mammals. You can spend a few very relaxing and fascinating hours watching the inhabitants of the underwater world. Colorful fish, bright frogs, motionless rays, and graceful sharks will come with their serenity. And clumsy seals and curious snouts of Asian otters will move you and make you smile. The oceanarium introduces something new at their expositions all the time, so even those who have visited the oceanarium several times will discover something new for themselves. Each visitor cannot only get immersed in the atmosphere of the underwater world, but also become a spectator of fascinating performances in which the actors are sharks, seals, and whales. All in all, we are sure this place is absolutely worth visiting.
Our second place is quite interesting. New Holland, which is an island, was originally used as a warehouse, shipyard, and even prison. But lately this place was abandoned and forgotten. In 2000s, government decided to revive this place, and now we're able to enjoy this fascinating atmosphere, art illustrations, various musicians playing on the ground, or just relax lying on the ground and enjoying this great atmosphere in the air. The central focus will remain the Green Lawn, which has delighted visitors to the island over the past 2 years. For additional relaxation, this green area will feature a selection of stools and chairs, whose design may be familiar to some as that used in Paris or down the Luxembourg. During the winter, this lawn will be replaced by a skating rink with a natural ice surface, music and light equipment for its own program special events. For children, the main attraction is the island's one-of-a-kind playground, modeled after the hull of the frigate ship Pyotr and Pavel, but built at 80% of the original scale. Temporary pavilions made out of glass, wood and metal, inspired by the northern modern style, have been constructed to meet the island's other needs. These pavilions include an information center where visitors can find out more about upcoming events, provide feedback, and engage with the project curators. The gallery pavilion, equipped to feature a selection of small-scale exhibitions, lectures, and other events, and a stage of concerts, screenings, and theatrical productions. There will also be several kiosks available for rotating pop-up projects from young restaurateurs. To conclude, I just want to repeat that this unusual place is perfect for spending the day off. We recommend visiting it.
The Center is situated in a historical mansion, and the repertoire of this large-scale project brought together and merged several formats and entertainment genre, from unique show programs to exhibitions and movie screenings. The mansion on Potemkinskaya Street is as old as 100 years, and the history behind is closely connected with the culture, art, and social life of the city. Our third place is especially relevant for movies and arts lovers. Leningrad Center is a center of modern entertainment culture, offering art beyond all formats and frameworks. Before the revolution, it housed exhibitions of the Russian Imperial Society of Horticulture, while in the middle of the 20th century, the Leningrad Panoramic Movie Theater was located here. In early 2000s, the building was reconstructed. Having preserved the cultural function of the building, he filled it with modern content, which corresponds to the utmost current global trends in the field of urban cultural venues. On days when there are no shows in the repertoire, the stage turns into a cinema in no popcorn format. Here they show original versions of movies with subtitles, which is also advantageous for foreign languages learners. Festival films, premieres in the presence of directors, actors, and critics, and also broadcast operas, ballets, and significant performances from the world's leading theater stages.
Russia is a big country, isn't it? It will take you ages to travel through it. Grand Packet Russia provides you with the opportunity to experience this adventure in a short time.
Well, actually, not that short. Visitors spend their hours looking at a tiny version of Russia. The model took 5 years to build and employed over 100 people. First, a wooden frame to be used under the model was made. Then, the foundations for the roads and railroads were made. Later, the model wooden ribs were installed and a layer of plaster, 11 tons were used, were cast to create the desired shape of the landscape. The design of the surface took one specialist about a month per square meter. The model presents an image of everyday life in Russia realized through models. These everyday situations represent different human activities, such as work, leisure, sports, studying, military service, country life, travel, mass celebrations, and even an attempt to escape from prison. Ground transportation is represented by various kinds of cars and trucks, trams, buses, trains, and agricultural construction and military equipment. Visitors have an opportunity to set things in motion on the model by pushing interactive buttons placed around the layout. So, Grand Market Russia is an extremely exciting place. You will learn about Russian geography and get unforgettable emotions.
It's high time we told you about our next place, and this is Krestovsky Stadium. The biggest stadium in Russia is situated on Krestovsky Island. It hosts Zenit home matches and international ones, for example, World Cup 2018. What's more, 4 of the games will be played on this stadium during Euro 2020, as well as the other ones. The capacity of this stadium is 75,000 people, which means there is no worry to get a ticket. And the tickets are very cheap, so you can afford it. And you can spend your day by watching amazing matches with amazing people, experiencing the amazing atmosphere.
That's pretty much it.
I hope you liked our brief presentation about some interesting places in our city.
In the end, we want to say thank you for your attention, and also don't forget to visit our beautiful and unique city. These are only 5 places, and you can't even imagine how many there are left.
Explore St. Petersburg and develop yourself.